Very good morning, students. Welcome back to IoT subject. I hope all are doing well. Last class we started module 4. In the module 4, as I told earlier, module 1, 2, 3 are belongs to IoT and its concept, and module 4 and module 5 belongs to wireless sensor network concept. Now we'll start module 4. In the last class we discussed the challenges for wireless sensor network, its requirement, then enabling technology for wireless sensor network. So this is what we discussed in the last class. Today we'll start the next concept of wireless sensor network, that is sensor node hardware components. As you know, in the wireless sensor network, so many sensor nodes are used. Very huge number of sensor nodes are used, and how it looks while you are just viewing its components. So the diagram just gives the hardware component of sensor node. So as we are seeing, there are 5 main components are there. The first one is controller, which will control the entire process of the node. Then we have the memory, we have the communication device, we have the sensors and actuators, and lastly we'll discuss power supply. So as a exam point of view, many times this is asked, explain with a neat diagram of hardware component of sensor node. So you have to write this diagram and explain each of them: controller, memory, communication device, sensors and actuators, and power supply. Now looking at each components in the controller. Okay, so a controller to process all the relevant data. It is mainly used to process with the relevant data, and it is also capable of executing arbitrary code. So whenever you are executing code, so main controller is there to execute this particular code. And when you talking about the controller, its controller is nothing but microcontroller or microprocessor. Again, in microcontroller, which type of microcontroller you are using, whether it is very high end, whether it is 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit. If you are talking about the microprocessor, whether it is 8-bit, 16-bit or 32-bit or even 64-bit, all these are depends on your application and requirement of the design. So controller is the main brain of the entire node hardware component. So you can see from the diagram, it will connected, or it will interface to the all other components, and it may be a FPGA. FPGA is nothing but field programmable gate array, or it may be a ASIC application, uh, that is application in so application specific integrated circuits, ASIC. Okay, so again, all these are depends on the application what you are designing. So you may use different ARM processor, Intel strong ARM processor. You may go for Texas Instrument MSP 430. So again, it depends on your application. Coming to the second component, that is memory. Memory is the main important to store the programs or to store the intermediate data. Usually different types of memories are used for programs and data. So different types of memories are nothing but RAM, ROM, EEPROM. RAM is nothing but random access memory. ROM is nothing but read-only memory. EEPROM, electrically erased programmable read-only memory. So RAM, if you want read as well as write or access, in that case your application needs both reading and writing. In that case you go for RAM. Your application needs only reading, that is ROM, read only, as name indicates. we can only read the program or data from its particular memory. We cannot overwrite it. So that's why it is wrong. Again it depends on what type of application you are executing, what type of requirement you have. So based on that you are using memory. Then very important thing is communication device. The communication device is used to exchange data between individual nodes. Okay, so individual nodes in the sense, okay, you are using nodes, how you can communicate to other nodes. So especially transceivers are nothing but it is a combination of transmitter and receiver. It can transmit the data or it can receive the data. So communication device is very important part of the node, sensor node. Okay, it may be wireless, it may be wired. So most of the time it is wireless only. Again, how best you can use the power consumptions, then data rates, what type of data rates you are using, modulations are very important. Then transmission power control is also very important part of the efficiency. Efficiency is also a very important part of the communication device. So altogether, again we have different diagram related to transceiver operational states. Okay, so all these are depends on what type of communication device you are using. Now next component is sensors and actuators. Without the actual sensors and actuators, a wireless sensor network would be useless. So sensors can be roughly categorized into sensors are categorized into three. So one is passive sensors, then narrow beam sensors, active sensors. Passive sensors can measure a physical quantity at the point of sensor node without actually manipulating environment. Active sensors, these probes are examples: radar sensors, some types of seismic sensors which generate shock waves by some small explosions. So depends on, again you have the passive, active. Even actuators are nothing but actuators are just about the diverse as sensors. Okay, again in real network, care has to be taken to properly account for the idiosyncrasies of different actuators. Okay, so these are the things related to actuators. Then power supply for sensor nodes. So power supply, which includes what kind of batteries, what kind of traditional batteries you are using for storing the information, then what is the capacity and the capacity under load, how much it can store the data, then self discharge, whether there is a provision for self discharge, efficient recharging, energy scavenging. Energy scavenging is very important part of the wireless sensor network, because energy scavenging is nothing but it's just like energy harvesting, taking the just capturing the energy from the other source and just send it to the different the device which can perform some operations. So all these are very important. Again, for that we use photovoltaic cells, temperature gradients are used, vibrations, pressure variations are used, flow of air required. All these are depends on the, here also we use MEMS device, micro electrical mechanical systems. There we use very much energy scavenging, is nothing but the harvesting. How best I can capture the energy and just give it to the different device for the different types of the operations. So this is overall just components, 5 important components of the wireless sensor node. First one is the controller, then memory, then a communication device, then sensors and actuators, then power supply of sensor nodes. So this is the just brief about the sensor node. In the next class we will see energy consumption of the sensor node. What type of different energy consumed when sensor nodes are doing some other operations. Thank you.